It's Star Sisters Intuition. I hope you are all doing well. So for today's reading, we are going to be pulling some messages on who you are, much like the flower, blossoming into, in terms of your character and your overall being. So here we have 4 pre-picked piles. We have pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. Please do choose whichever pile is calling to you. If multiple piles are calling to you, there may be a message that wants to get to you. And please do note that this is a general reading, so some things may resonate with you and some things may not. But I do hope that this reading is able to help you in terms of your growth and maybe help answer some questions that you may have during your blooming period. So without further ado, let's get into pile number 1. Hi, pile number 1. So you have chosen the Shanghai egg, and just from you choosing this, I can see that you are blossoming into someone who is able to control what energies are coming into not only themselves, but their environment as well. So I suppose you are becoming a master detoxer when it comes to your energies and the ones that are surrounding you. But let's get into your tarot cards and see what they have to say about this. So pile number 1, I've laid out your tarot cards, and the first card you got was Death in the sign of Scorpio with the Hebrew letter Nun. The second card you got was the 8 of Coins with the Sun in the sign of Virgo. And the last card you pulled was the 10 of Wands with Saturn in the sign of Sagittarius. So with the 10 of Wands, starting from that, I'm kind of seeing it going right to left. I can see that you have undergone some complications in your life that have caused you burden and have caused you trouble. So when we have Saturn in Sagittarius, Sagittarius is a sign that is very fond of expansion and freedom. So when we have this in the sign of Saturn, it means that there is something that is limiting our energies, those like fun, expansive energies. And because of that, it's causing a burden or a problem. Usually this entails, with the 10 of Wands, some sort of burden that you are taking on that is more than you can handle, and that is really causing you perhaps some stress. And because we have the 8 of Coins or Pentacles right next to it, I am seeing that this burden is going to allow you to go on a path of discovery, one that will allow you to put in some time and some effort into your own being. Maybe this is trying to figure out what points in your life are causing you this burden. And through this kind of slow, because it is a pentacle card, this slow energy of kind of figuring out what it is and putting in that effort, you will be discovering what it is that is causing this, and more importantly, a solution to this, which brings me to Death, right? Because you will be figuring out where that change needs to happen in your life and how you can bring it about. Because both these signs here are meant to be death and rebirth, regeneration. So you will get a new, fresh look into who you are becoming. And also with the 8 of Coins, it's very interesting because it's kind of like, here is a man-made machine that this person has created, or whoever has created it. And through this machine, they're able to observe the coins, which are made up of natural resources. And so I think you will be able to use your own devices, use your own experience and your own knowledge to really be able to observe the cause of these energies, right? These overbearing 10 of Wands energies, and figure out a solution to them. I'm also hearing for some of you that who you are becoming is someone who is more in balance with their work and their personal lives, right? So you are not putting in more energy than you can afford into your work, because these are kind of work driven cards. You are blossoming into someone who is able to work at a steady pace and take on as much as they can chew, and really be driven by curiosity versus being overwhelmed and kind of just trying to finish work just for the sake of it, right? You're really finding enjoyment in your work and balance in your work. But let's get into your oracle cards. So the first card we have is gliding through currents. With a different approach, you will glide through a situation with grace and ease, going inward and bringing your understanding, perspective, or behavior into flow will help your dreams take flight. Right? So that kind of goes hand in hand with what I've been saying in terms of you are going to be learning how to get through these tough parts, right? These 10 of Wands, through observation, through analysis, and through figuring out where that change needs to happen. And through that, you will be able to figure out where your passions truly lie and what you wish to pursue and how to pursue it, and what is necessary and what is not necessary. Then we have every step counts. So there's an advantage in taking things slowly, breathe deeply and fully as you consider your options. With the 8 of Pentacles, you are considering, you are observing, you are researching and analyzing. So every step counts, right? This isn't something that you can just push through and try to expedite in terms of time and the energy you put in. It may take a while, but every step and every moment that you put in is worthwhile, because again, pentacles are slow, but that's okay because it is meant to be slow. You will be discovering so much. And so for your next card, we have love. What is it that you love doing? What brings you the most passion and the most happiness, right? You don't want the energies of feeling overwhelmed. So you are now discovering what brings you the most love, and through that you are going to be able to overcome hardships and really enjoy every step of your journey. So you are blossoming into a very beautiful person who is driven by love instead of expectations and pressures that have been put upon you. You will learn so much, and gliding through the currents, you'll be able to navigate where you are going and really appreciate the journey. And then your last card, you have woods. So be like the woods, calm, soothing, mysterious, and full of life. Could not agree more. I believe why it's calling you to be calm, soothing, and mysterious is because as you are unraveling these mysteries and as you are dealing with these energies, these overwhelming energies, bringing a calm and soothing energy will allow you that patience and that appreciation that will be necessary as you are uncovering this energy of love and passion. And the mystery and full of life will allow you to bring that willpower and the motivation to uncover these mysteries. So you are blossoming into a very, very beautiful person, pile number 1, who is full of energy, full of life, and who is able, again, back to the Shanghai egg, to know what energies serve you and what energies don't. And you will acquire this through a lot of observation, patience, and discovery. So pile number 1, that was your reading. If you enjoyed it, please give a thumbs up, subscribe if you enjoy the channel, and please do leave a comment down below if this reading resonated with you, or if you have any stories to share with me. I would love to know. And so pile number 1, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. So you have chosen the Sunstone, and simply from you choosing the Sunstone, I can kind of see that you are blossoming into a person that knows when to take action, right? Because the Sunstone is associated with masculine energies, and masculine energies are associated with action. So perhaps in the past or present, something about taking action upon things may be a difficult thing for you. So that is what I'm seeing just from the stone. But let's get into your tarot cards to see further. So pile number 2, I've laid out your tarot cards and they're very interesting. But first let me identify them. First you pulled Strength in the sign of Leo with the Hebrew letter Tet, which means serpent. Then you pulled second the 8 of Cups in Saturn in the sign of Pisces. And then third you pulled Empress, which is the female sign with the Hebrew letter Dalet, which means door. And why I said they were interesting is that you have 8 and 8 here, and then you all have a variation of 3 within. So 8 is the number of infinite possibilities, and 3 is the number of good energies and kind of like bringing that happy joyfulness. And I can see that perhaps this is bringing that energy into your ideas. I'm kind of reading this like a story. I think currently the path you are on, you will discover that it may not really be inducive towards your ideas. The 8 of Cups talks about picking a new path. And because Saturn is a planet that brings in kind of like blockages and kind of like that hard energy, with Pisces, which is a water sign, it means that your flow is being blocked. And in order to unblock that flow, we need a new direction. We need to use our intuition with the moon to guide us on a new path, one that will take us higher, that will no longer bring us down. And I think in this particular situation will no longer hinder your expression and your ideas. You will be blossoming into a person who, much like the Empress, is able to not only have these seeds, right, these seeds of ideas, but allow yourself to nourish them, to cultivate them, and grow into actual harvest and actual ideas and plants. This is all just comparative, but the main thing is the ideas behind it, because everything has a cycle, right? We see the Empress, her body, her body is connected. It's the roots that go into the earth, right? So the earth sustains her, and then she then can allow for this vegetation to grow and then nourish herself and the child. So everything is a cycle. Everything needs I guess what I'm trying to say is every step is important, like the circle of life. And so the same goes to your ideas. They obviously need to come into fruition, but they also need to be nourished and cultivated. And I think you will be discovering which paths will allow you to bring these ideas to life. And bringing them to life also entails, with the Strength card, having that energy and the strength to act upon these ideas, to bring them out. It's one thing to think them, it's another thing to put them into action, right? So with the Sunstone and with the Strength card in the sign of Leo, which is a fire sign, with the tiger and the snake, it's going after what will help you bring these ideas to life and make them a reality versus just an idea. And it may also be with the 8 of Cups, also saying to abandon that idea of your own idea, I guess, or your own creation will be not good enough, or it won't work out, or whatever it may be. All that kind of negative energy that you may have, or doubts, whatever it may be, and to just allow your strength and that inner fire to come out and lead you to where you need to go and where you need to go to bring these ideas to life. So let's get some more information from your oracle cards. Here we have shedding the old. Okay, so here it says there is a change coming your way, right, with the 8 of Cups. Cultivate a sense of adventure so you will be able to see these new prospects. So another thing may be that from you picking a new direction and a new path, you will be able to then get these ideas, right? They may either come before or after. I guess it just depends on you and your journey. But this is also a possibility that these ideas that will come afterwards will come once you shed the old and bring in the new. And then we have seeing both sides, right? Take a step back and try looking at this from a different perspective. So maybe that you are starting out, you are taking this first step of germinating and becoming a flower, but it requires you to have an open mind and see all the options that are presented to you through the Eight of Cups as you are picking a new direction. Or maybe it's calling you to see both sides in your current situation as well. And I think that through this, you will blossom into a person who knows how to adapt, who will be able to shed the old and bring in the new, right? Who will adapt to change, and who will be able to see the new ideas, the different perspectives, and be able to take action upon them. And you will be able to see different perspectives from picking a new path. So you're blossoming into a very diverse person who is able to adapt very quickly to situations. So your next tarot card, you have Gateway. So you will be able to see when there is an opportunity present. And through all of this is how you will be able to take that knowledge, take that experience, and apply them to different situations that come into your life. So this is a gateway. You are blossoming into a person who knows when to take opportunities and who knows how to seek those opportunities as well. But it all comes from taking that first step and choosing that different direction. Okay, and then your next card, we have Path. So this is all just flowing in very seamlessly. Wander the path less traveled. What you might find, or what you find might surprise you. So like I said, again, coming back to the Eight of Cups, with Gateway, you are a person who is able to see paths that are not very often trailed, but that hold a lot of beauty and a lot of potential within them. So pile number 2, you are becoming a very, very open-minded and opportunity seeker, one who is able to see things that other people may not, who is innovative, who is, dare I say, revolutionary. And so keep it up, pile number 2, you're blossoming into a beautiful person. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up. If you like the channel, please do consider subscribing. And do leave a comment down below as to whether this reading resonated with you or you have any stories to share with me. I would love to know anything you have to tell me. So pile number 2, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And hopefully I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. So you have chosen Copper. And just from you choosing Copper, I can kind of get a sense that you are blossoming into a more positive person. Copper is a positively charged metal. So you are bringing in more positivity in your life. And also I'm hearing that you will be blossoming into a more healthy person. A person who is able to flow better, right? Whose energies flow better. You're clearing out the blockages. But let's get into your tarot cards and see what they have to say. So pile number 3, I've laid out your tarot cards. And the first card you got was the Page of Cups. The second card you pulled was the Four of Swords with Jupiter in the sign of Libra. And then the third card you pulled was the Sun in the sign of Gemini. I'm seeing a story here. And we can start first with the Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords with the Sun in the sign of Gemini means that your mind may have been blinded, right? There was an illusion, something that limited you. And through these limitations, you felt a lot of grief and anguish because you were trying to move forward, but there was just nowhere to move. And this caused a lot of pain. But here is the positive side. When we reach the end of something, we can no longer see anything else, or we can no longer go anywhere else. It gives us a new opportunity to find a path that will bring us that happiness and will bring us that fulfillment. And it also gives an opportunity for growth and expansion through the pursuit and through opening your mind to other paths. So I can see that maybe this type of instance has allowed you to learn what it is like to go through this experience, go through this feeling of being limited, whether it was externally done or internally done, whatever it is. Then now you are able to apply that wisdom and that knowledge to then use your intuition and seek new opportunities, right? With the Page of Cups and the Four of Swords, you're able to rest yourself and discover these different paths. But first, that must come through resting your mind, not running your mind on overdrive to where it becomes overburdened. It's taking a step back. And with Jupiter in the sign of Libra, Jupiter is a planet that is related to creativity, and Libras are often associated with balance and kind of like a peace, harmonious environment. So you will learn what environments will allow you to get that rest in that peace, that will allow you to meditate and clear those mental blockages. And through that, you will be able to see with the Page of Cups just the depth of these paths that are laid before you, and this is now and in the future as well. And sometimes those paths may be misleading, but because you've been able to cultivate and bloom your intuition and be able to get that clarity from this rest that you have with the Four of Swords, you will be able to face these paths and even be able to distinguish them and avoid them before even having to go on them. Through this, you will be able to start paths with a lot of feeling and a lot of sense as to where you are going versus going on a path and ending up at a roadblock or a dead end, which just causes you frustration because you spend so much time and effort and maybe you thought that it was going straight, but it didn't. And because of that, your vision was clouded and blocked, but you're blooming into a character who is the opposite, who is wiser, who is able to meditate and get that clarity and use their intuition to explore the surface and see the depths as well, while using their intuition to navigate. So you're blooming into a very intuitive and very restful person who is not overwhelmed and who is wiser and more knowledgeable. But let's see your oracle cards that I've pulled. And then we have breakthrough to new dimensions, right? With the Ten of Swords. It says a new endeavor is on the horizon. Innovative energy wants to burst forth into your conscious, right? So as you are embarking on this new journey, right? It's going to take a lot of energy and a lot of strength to lift yourself from this dead end and break through. To break that surface requires a lot of energy. That is why you need to rest. That is why you need to meditate and you need to think about the different paths, right? We cannot see these different paths if we do not take a step back and observe the entirety. And with the Page of Cups, very interesting because it's kind of like breaking surfaces. It's kind of a surface card. This is also like breaking through a surface. So it's all very connected, and you are going to be learning, or you're going to be blooming into someone who knows how to bring that energy into all your endeavors and figure out what it is that you want. So again, you don't reach this dead end. And then you have resilience. There is no need to rush or push. This is a time to take things as they come. You have determination and patience to handle what is happening. So another thing I got is that with the Ten of Swords, perhaps in the past or present, you've just pushed through things, and because of that, you've been unhappy because there was not enough care or patience put into it. But you'll be learning that rushing into everything always doesn't work because there are a lot of things that we miss, right? If we are driving so fast, there are bound to be things that we miss, versus if we are driving at a steady pace, we can see clearly what is around us. That doesn't mean everything will always be apparent, but you will see more than if you're just booking it like 100 miles per hour down like the freeway or something. I don't know. So through this wisdom and through this knowledge, you are blooming into a person who understands that slow and steady wins the race. Because maybe you've been the hare in the past, but now you're turning into the tortoise. Now you have delight. So during this journey, even though it's slow, it may be slow and steady, you are finding this happiness, this delight in it that maybe you have not found previously in your other paths. Maybe because you've rushed through it, it was overlooked, but you understand this now, and you are blooming into a person who can bring that delight, who can bring this beauty, right? This card is so beautiful with the birds flying in the back and the flowers and everything. It's a very serene card right underneath the Four of Swords. So it's taking that time to find what places in your life bring you that happiness. And once you take that step, your character will bloom into being able to see this delight and this happiness through other paths as well. I hope that makes sense. I guess to sum it up is you will no longer be going so fast. You will be able to be a character who can see what paths lead to where and what brings you the most delight through meditation, through reflection, through resilience, and just taking it easy. And then your last card is the Night. Find comfort in the night where the world switches off and the stars burn bright. It's very interesting because you have stars here and stars there, and kind of like dark space there. And right, I'm gonna put that right there. Right underneath is the Four of Swords, which talks about sleeping, where you are able to put away whatever happens and use the time at night to dream, to think, to really find what makes you happy, to ponder new situations, bring positivity back into your life with the copper metal, and you will be able to see these different aspects of these paths and what brings you the most happiness, and that will bring more positivity into your life. Just knowing what it is that you want, no longer rushing, taking your time out to step back, unwind, and think things through. Use your intuition. So your intuition will really be blooming along and helping you through this journey. It's a very beautiful journey for you. I'm so excited. It's not even my journey, but I'm so excited for you. So pile number 3, that was your reading. If you enjoyed it, please do give a thumbs up, subscribe if you like the channel, and comment down below if this reading resonated with you, or if you have any stories or anything you wish to tell me. I would love to hear it, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I can catch you in the next reading. Bye! Hi, pile number 4. So you have chosen the Aventurine Stone, and just from you choosing that, I can get a sense you're blooming into a person who is able to take advantage of opportunities, right? The Aventurine Stone is associated with wealth and good luck, fortune, things like that. And I feel like you will be blooming into a character who is able to gain that clarity and gain that resistance to go and push towards what they want with success. But let's get into your tarot cards to see if they have anything further for us. Pile number 4, I've laid out your tarot cards here. And the first card you pulled is the Four of Wands with Venus in the sign of Aries. The second card you pulled is the beautiful star card with Aquarius and with the Hebrew letter Tzedi, which means fishhook. And then the third card, ironically, you pulled is the Three of Wands with the Sun in the sign of Aries. So as you can see, a lot of fiery energy, but with the star card centering your reading, it's not just a destructive fire that's overwhelming. It is going to be a fire, so to speak, that brings life, right? The star is what gives us life. It gives us that energy. We are made up of the star. So you are using who you are to drive yourself and to find success through bringing these things to life, through bringing that beauty and that passion and love, filling it into this world. And that comes back to the Aventurine Stone, which is all about success, wealth, and bringing those things to life. So this has been very beautiful and poetic because all these past piles I've been seeing a story, right? from one point and ending at another point and flowing through directly. And I'm seeing that here as well. And why I say it's poetic and beautiful is because just like the flower, it's starting from a seed and flourishing into this beautiful thing we see right here. Similarly, your story is starting out and growing and learning, and your story starts, I feel like, with the Three of Wands. And why I say that is because the Three of Wands is when we pick a direction, we put out those energies, we want to try to perform actions that give us the most desirable outcome based off what we want. And now you are waiting for the fruits of your labors and your actions to come back. And you are waiting for it because you have put in that honest work and sincerity. And also with the Four of Wands, it's also talking about, with Venus and Aries, creating that beautiful environment. Venus is all about creating beauty in your surroundings, and Aries is all about force, so pushing towards what it is that makes you feel safe, secure, and happy. So I feel like you are blooming into a person who knows what they want, who knows what actions they need to take to get there, and who will find that gateway to create that change that they want to see. And you will learn not only how to dream of these things that you want to see, but also how to bring them to life, because the Four of Wands is also about not just dreaming them, but making them a reality as well, and putting them into the real world so that you can see that real change. And that's why it's also important that the Star card is here too, because the Star card is all about clarity, all about intuition and meditation to see what steps need to be taken. So I feel like you're blooming into a character that has this energy, that has this passion, knows what they want to see, wants to bring that change into this world, the ones that they feel are necessary, or you feel that are necessary. And with the Star card, not bring in anything that is crazy, or fire when it goes on can get out of hand. No, it's very tempered, it's very well thought out, because the Star card is very meditative. So you're blooming into a person who thinks about the steps that they need to take, uses their intuition, and can temper through that intuition and through that calmness and clarity their passions, or your passions. And through that, you'll be able to find a lot of success because you won't be blinded by anything. You will be free. Let's get into your oracle cards. And I pulled here, it says, first one is polite declaration. So you can move in whatever direction you need to accomplish your goals. It is time for you to get out there, claim what is yours, and stay in your power. So again, with the wand cards, you are learning what you need to do to move in the direction of what you want, your goals, and bringing in that power with the Star card and with these two wand cards that allow you to gain this clarity again. I know it's kind of repetitive right now, but it just kind of fits in perfectly. You are learning how to move towards what you want in a healthy and positive manner with a lot of success. And then we have single-mindedness. Choose your own path and what is best suited for you, right? So again, making a decision. You will be blooming into a person who knows what they need to do, who knows what they want to see in this world, and going and pursuing that. Because sometimes, maybe in the past, I'm hearing for some of you, you've taken on other people's dreams and other people's paths, but that's not your own path, so you can hardly find happiness in that. Somebody else's vision, trying to live somebody else's life. And it dampers down on success as well, because you are less likely to put that full energy, that loving energy, right? And so things stay unclear, you don't have this sense of clarity, but you are blooming into a person who is choosing your own path, if you have not already chosen it, and putting in that effort, putting in that meditation and that thought, and moving towards that direction, whatever it is that you need to make that dream come to life. And then we have illumination, right? So again, with the Star card and with all these wand cards, it's all about bringing light. It's all about clarity and knowing where you need to go and where you need to move in order to make these dreams a reality. And then the last card we have is clearing. make room for growth. Right? So through this journey, through taking this path that you want to see for yourself and bringing in that cultivation, right? Not just pursuing and hammering it. No, you're gently pushing towards it and with a lot of clarity. You're not just like bulldozing towards it. And through this, you have been able to grow tremendously because, like with illumination here and all of this light we have here, you are clearing, you are illuminating, and you are seeing what needs to go and what needs to come in. And through that, you will be able to make those necessary adjustments that will help you grow. So I hope that made sense, but you are blooming into somebody who is independent, who knows where they need to go and what change they want to see and bring into this world, and constantly learning and moving, adapting with success. So pile number 4, that was your reading. If you enjoyed it, please give a thumbs up. Subscribe if you enjoy the channel. And if you have a chance, do leave a comment down below to tell me if this reading resonated with you or if you have any stories that you'd like to tell me. I would love to hear it. So pile number 1, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and hopefully I can catch you in the next reading. Bye.